That's great. What were your feelings about getting drafted? Obviously, I'm assuming there was a little bit of disappointment because you just put in all that work in the Air Force training. So how did you feel about it at the time?
Hard to describe that in terms of the modern view of the draft, and
Yeah.
I'll give you a comment about that too. All of us guys, 17, 18 years old, especially when we were 13, 14 and the war was dragging on and we knew, hey, by golly, this is real.
Yeah.
This could affect me. I have to say we all were a little bit, well, I shouldn't say all. There's always a guy who's really gung ho and wants to go out and do this sort of thing,
Hmm.
run off and enlist. But most of us really were a little bit afraid of it, but we felt
Hmm.
it our duty. We didn't resist it. We didn't run off to Canada. We didn't.
Yeah.
Of course, the war wasn't as controversial as the Vietnam War became either. But we willingly, if sometimes unhappily and reluctantly, went off to serve, and that's the way I would describe it now. But today, I have a somewhat different view of the draft. I still think
Yeah.
it would be a good duty. But I grew up in an all-white rural Indiana community until I got drafted. I had never bunked with a black man. I had never met anybody from New York. I never knew a farmer from Nebraska.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm with guys from all over the country, and we were all in it together. We solved our
Hmm.
problems together. We did training together. We played in the band together, Black, Asian, Pacific Islander,
Yeah.
and it never occurred to us that it should be anything different. So I think
Wow.
serving and learning about one another has its value because in the partisan politics of today, we have people even in our Congress who have no idea what it's like to be in another profession or another field or from another
Yeah.
country. So that's kind of the way I would describe my feelings back then at age 18, 19, 20. And as
Yeah.
I said, I got deferred until I was 24. I was a late draftee. I was one of the old men in my basic training company. I was
Yeah.
older than some of the cadre sergeants who were training us.
Wow.